Grand Rising and Baruch, everybody. This is Apostle Rosalind Solomon's Prophetic TV channel, and I am the host of this channel. And today's date is June 23rd, June 23rd, 2025. And we bless the Lord, and may you all have a blessed, awesome week. And may we all have testimonies before the week is out. In Yeshua's name. The Lord wanted me to share this with you. I'm gonna be coming live later, hopefully. If not, definitely tomorrow. Um, the Lord wanted me to share this with you, and I don't know why, because I found this information out like 3 weeks ago, and I wasn't thinking about it. And in my sleep last night, God was talking to me. He said, "I want you to share this," and I'm like, "Why?" But He didn't say why, so He just kept telling me to share it. And then this morning in prayer. So I'm sharing it. Okay, now you all know that I had went to the Sid Roth show. My friend Linda, who follows me, invited me, and she said I could bring a guest, and I brought Pat with me. And I do have the link to the show that we was on, and in the last 30 to 45 minutes, you could see me and Pat a lot sitting in the front audience. And we did meet Sid Roth, but not in a personal way. We met him like everybody else did. He came, introduced himself, um, and he preached. And that's how we met him. But we didn't meet him on a one-on-one basis, right? And we sat through the live show, which was, no, we sat through 3 30-minute shows. And then the last hour was the live show, which is the link that Linda sent me. But I never shared it with y'all. But I shared the pictures that I was there, because I was took pictures, me and Pat and stuff, and with the stage. Okay, and then I told y'all that I was waiting to get on the show, because it really looked good for me. But then Linda sent me this on July 6th, and I'll read it to you. And she said, "I also wanted you to know that our production team is changing the way they select guests. Sid Roth is asking for more Jewish believers, and we are slowly moving away from offering a lot of products. So the production team gave me back your books that you brought. But sis, you saw the vision, so we know it is God's timing. Love you much, and let's talk soon." Well, the vision has already come to pass, because remember I kept telling y'all I saw myself on the Sid Roth show. But I thought it would be because he would invite me as a guest. But no, I was in the audience, and I did meet him, but not on a personal level. And like I said, the last 30 to 45 minutes, you can see me and Pat a whole bunch. We were praying and this and that, right? So the prophecy did come to pass. It just didn't come to pass the way I thought, the way I thought it would, But it came to pass, and I appreciate Linda and her husband, for putting me in front of them. But for him to say that, I mean, I understand he don't want to sell products anymore, because when I was there, they gave me and Pat free books. As a matter of fact, I had like 3 bags of free books of different people who applied to their show, but I guess they never made it on the show, or they had books left over, and everybody was so happy for me. They just knew I was going to get on the show. But I understand he's not selling products anymore, so he says, because money has changed. But for him, like I said to Daddy, I said, "Daddy, that's kind of racist, him not choosing me because I'm not Jewish enough." For her to tell me that he said he decided that he wants to go with Jewish people, and I still see no non-Jewish people come on his show. So if he didn't want me on his show, because y'all know me, I speak up about the true Israelites, the black copper people. I don't like what Netanyahu is doing to the people in other countries, apartheid and all the stuff he does. And I don't like the fact that people continuously believe that they are the chosen people when they are not. Now God loves them, and if they repent and get right, sure, he'll come to them. And I'm not racist, and I love the Jewish people too. I be praying for them all the time. I pray for the Muslims like Iran and different places, Arabia. I pray for all of them to come to the one true God. But I know for a fact, you know, a lot of people, especially Jewish people that may watch me, may not like me because I speak the truth of the Most High. And most people who know the truth speak it. So for him to say, to tell them to give me back my books and to tell them that he only wants his kind of people on there is a very racist. It's very racist. And the Lord wanted me to share this with you. I'm not Jewish enough for Sid Roth to invite on my show. Now, he's supposed to be a man of God, right? A man of God is not going to be selective. He's not going to say, I'm going to turn this person down because I want to go more with my own people, Jewish people. Now, that's his perspective. If he wants, that's his prerogative. If he only wants to invite Jewish people, then fine. But it's very racist. And if you go look at his show now, everybody that's coming on there, they are not Jewish. So he should have just said the truth that they weren't interested in me or they didn't want me on the show, because of my beliefs. But for you to say, give her books back and tell her I'm going with more of my own people and I'm only going to be inviting Jewish people, that's racist. Very racist. And that's not Christianity. So this is what the Lord wanted me to share with y'all. And I don't know why he wanted me to share this. But I guess he just wants y'all to know what I go through. Because I do be getting invited places, but they don't, it's a lot of, sometimes they work out and I go and I don't tell y'all, just me and Pat go. Like I didn't tell y'all I was invited to the Sit Roth show in the audience and all of that. I didn't show y'all the link yet, and I didn't show y'all pictures until like a month later. You know what I mean? And sometimes you have to move in silent because you got a lot of haters and witches and stuff. So God tell me don't open my mouth and just go. I just go. You know what I mean? But I do go through a lot. Um, I was supposed to be on another show um on the cable network. The channel comes on the cable network. Um, but that didn't work out. And me, you can't always blame the devil. A lot of times it'd be God. But he told me that very same network that invited me, that's on the Xfinity, will be back. And he told me a lot of people who have shunned me will look for me. And then people want to invite me on this show just to talk about crypto or politics. I'm not a crypto politic preacher. It just so happened that God gave me those gifts to utilize. But if you don't want me praying, you don't want me praying for the people or prophesying for the people, then what's the purpose of me coming on your show to talk about crypto and politics when I can't pray for your listeners who might need prayer, life-changing prayer? That's just me, y'all. So, I miss some opportunities because of my standards in God. I feel like, if you're inviting me on your show or you're inviting me on your radio show or your channels, and I can't at least pray for your people or connect with your audience, and you just want me to talk at them about politics and crypto, then what's the purpose of me going on there? Because somebody could be ready to kill himself, could be going through domestic violence, could have just had a miscarriage, could be mentally ill, hungry, whatever. And a prayer from me or any child of God who's true to the Lord can change their life. Y'all have seen life-changing things happen on in this ministry and on all my channels that I have, and meet me in person in my conference, So sometimes, I miss opportunities because of my standards in the Lord. I don't want to just go on something and I can't at least pray for people or preach something. You just want to talk about political things and crypto. Political things and crypto ain't gonna get us in heaven. Sure, it will help us on this earth, but it ain't gonna help us get to heaven. So the Lord just wanted me to come on here and share that. And I was a little hurt, when she said that he only want to go with Jewish people. I was like, how racist is that? And he's supposed to be a man of God, and I don't know if they just said that because maybe they checked me out, because I was told they do investigate people before they bring them on, and maybe my stance doesn't agree with him because I know that they're not the true chosen people. Even in the Bible, it says that the Jews are the synagogue of you know who. You know what I mean? And it's proven in history that they're not, and that the copper black people are, and like some of the Spanish people, Jamaicans, Africans, stuff like that, right? But it's okay because Sid Roth is a big show. It's true, but there are bigger shows out there. There are bigger shows out there, and I'm gonna have my own TV show in the future. So you never know; it could grow bigger than his. Just saying. You know what I mean? It's bigger fishes out there that God can catch for me. I don't need Sid Roth show. I really don't need his show. It was an honor to meet him because I've always favored him. I've always wanted to meet him. I always wanted to sit in front of him and talk to him, even though he's Jewish, and I know that they're not the true people. I had that much respect for him, and I still do have that respect for him. But I'm very disappointed in him because he'd rather choose, just his Jewish people and nobody else. But when you go look at his show, you see different people on there, and they're not Jewish. So maybe it was just me, right? But the Lord wanted me to share this with you, and pray for Sid Roth and his people, and keep me in prayer, and give me your opinion on what you think. Maybe that's what God wanted me to share with y'all, to get y'all opinion. Leave it in the comments. I love you guys. Shalom.